Hey everybody, welcome into GoBlueRaiders.com and welcome to this preseason report as the preseason is winding up. Brought to you by Grannis and Associates, and we want to thank them for their sponsorship of our preseason coverage this year on GoBlueRaiders.com. And Coach Kermit Davis is here, and Kermit, your ball club had your only real exhibition game, and not the way you wanted it to turn out, but I know the way that you and your staff will do is turn that into a learning experience.
Well, it's what you have to do. That's why they call them exhibitions. You know, we were disappointed in how we played. Obviously, we're always disappointed if we win or lose the game, but it is an exhibition game. I've lost exhibition games before. I've played real badly. Had teams play real badly in exhibition games and win by 30, and you get a false, hope of where you are. Give Martin Methodist a lot of credit. They played good. It's college basketball, but we scrimmaged in a scrimmage that was closed and we were very competitive against a really good team. And the other night we lost our identity, Chip. Maybe it's the first time that really kind of underneath the lights, and we lost our identity. We didn't spread the ball around. We didn't guard like we should have. But as we all know, Chip, we're all kind of evaluated on how we're going to reach some adversity. Mm-hmm. So it's good you can go through adversity with your team without being 0-1. I got up the next morning, and all of a sudden you almost thought you were 0-10, and you just got to, we had a really hard day, but to take a step back and understand now we just got to stay the course of improvement every day.
Yeah, and those are the same guys that had shown improvement throughout the summer and throughout the early fall, and there's so many young guys, new faces on this ball club. They could be a little Jekyll and Hyde-ish between now and Christmas.
Well, the thing that I was a little disappointed in is obviously our returning players. I thought that we didn't get our core guys. Now, Reggie had some good moments, and Marcus Terrence had a few good moments. But really, Josh Phillips, Jock especially, Jaquan, they didn't lead our team like we needed to. Now, did we keep it really vanilla? The last 6 minutes, I just wanted to play our young guys. I didn't care what the score was, and I didn't put Reggie and Jaquan back in the game. I just wanted to see what they did, and obviously give Martin Methodist credit. They kind of took the lead and went off, and that's a learning lesson for us. But we've got to have better play from our experienced guys.
As you move into Friday night's game against Ohio Valley University, at first I thought we were playing the OVC All-Stars, but it's actually because they had some pretty good All-Stars. Yep. But Ohio Valley is an NAIA school out of West Virginia that they've got a lot of new faces on their team too.
Yep, and they got some guys returning, plus they got some good new players. Obviously, we're not going to take anybody for granted at any time. We never do. Sometimes it's a great lesson. So college basketball, they're just good players everywhere. There's transfers that leave for different reasons, and they go and play, and we're going to have to be at our best. We've got to have another great couple days of practice before Friday, Chip, because, we have a 4-game homestand. It's almost like a little small season. After that, we don't come back to the Murphy Center
for about a month.
It really is a long time, so we've got to take advantage of every home game we can.
And one of the things, the word out of your practices the day after the exhibition was that hey, they came back with the right attitude and the right work ethic and wanted to get better, and that had to be some satisfaction to you in that.
Well, we preach all the time, Chip. We don't know about each other until we go through some difficulties, whether it's your family or your team. That was a small part of adversity because it was an exhibition game. But we got the next morning, 5:45, watched 2 hours of tape, and then had a really demanding practice in the afternoon. Those guys responded well. We didn't solve everything in one day. We just got to keep, plugging away on the path of improvement, and as long as we do that, our team's going to make nice progress.
You spoke about your returning guys. Let's focus a little bit on some of the new guys. And one of the concerns in our last interview that we did was, okay, who's going to emerge at the point guard position? I'm not sure you have that completely figured out yet, but there are some candidates.
Yeah, I would think Jaquel Richmond is the leading one right now. He's played in the scrimmage and played in the exhibition game and has 7 assists and no turnovers. So he hadn't turned it over. And so that puts him a little ahead of some other guys because he's valued the ball. I think that, Jacob Ivory has been plagued by a hand injury. So the other night was the first time that he kind of played, and he sure looked like it. DJ Jones you know, he's a really good offensive player. He doesn't guard the ball like we need him to guard. He had 4 turnovers, so that you got to value the ball. So I would think Jaquel Richmond is a guy that's probably right now, if you had to go today, is a little ahead of the other guys.
So as you get ready for this for the Ohio Valley, you're a team that coming into it, you know, you talked about how well you shot the ball, and that's something you got to get back to.
Yeah, it is. You know what? 7 for 28 from 3. Did we miss a lot of shots? We did. But you know what, Chip? That's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was disappointed in is 67 points should have been enough. I mean, it should have been enough. I mean, that's the whole thing. Okay, we shoot 33%. We shot it quick. We didn't make some open shots guys usually make. But then we just gave up 54% in the second half. I mean, it's just so unlike what we're about. And so 67 should have been plenty. It would have been an ugly win, but we've had a few of those, and everybody has to have them. Yep. and we couldn't do it. So that's the thing. We got to get back to guarding and rebounding.
And your guys will, and because, you know, on Friday night, it actually goes on either the left-hand or right-hand column. And then next Tuesday, you got Murray State rolling in here. Steve Prom's got another good team. So it's for real. The bullets are flying now.
It really is. And it's great to start watching college basketball. We've seen a few exhibition games, and like I said, I thought the arena was terrific the other night. I know we had some difficulties a little bit with the lights, some electrician problems. We're working out the kinks about the starting lineups, but hopefully on Friday night everything will go as planned. We got to do our part. We got to play better. We got to become a better practice team, and if we do that, it's still not going to be a full 100% deal on Friday. With this many new guys, Chip, I mean, I know the standards that we've had is pretty high, but it is, we knew all along we're going to be an exciting team, but it's going to be a work in progress throughout the year.
Early signing date was on Wednesday, and a couple of names added to the Blue Raider future.
Well, a face that people be familiar with, a Blackman High School, played for an outstanding high school coach, as we all know, Barry Wortman. And he went to Justin Coleman, went to a junior college in Mississippi Gulf Coast, where we had Raymond Cintron played. Justin 6'7", about 210, really almost fit the mold, 6'7", skilled, 3'4", can really play make, has to get stronger. We hope Justin will have a good year. Second of all, we're very excited about Carl Gamble. He's about 6'10", 215 pounds. He's the best inside player in the state of South Carolina. He had a really, really good summer. He's got great, great potential. And his team won a state championship in South Carolina last year as a junior. So he's really, really got a chance. Assistant coaches did a great job. Chip, what a great product we have to sell. And hopefully the Blue Raider fans will follow these two guys closely. Again, high character guys. A lot of work ahead of them, but we think they're going to be really good players here.
So that's a wrap on what's going on with Blue Raider basketball right now. Be sure and join the Raiders Friday night, 7 o'clock against Ohio Valley, and next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock against Murray State. Thanks for joining us on GoBlueRaiders.com.